Henry is a New Haven J1 class Mikado. He has two, you know what, forget about this, let's just move on to the backstory. Henry loved to work along his line. It was the Maybrook Division. It had a massive hill at one end. And he's dying. Another thing that Henry really liked to do was haul passenger trains. He went to many famous places and met many famous engines. Heck, he was even famous himself. He was a movie star once, back in the 50s. But there was one thing that Henry could never escape. Scrap. He was put in a shed by a little shunter, and the little shunter ran away. Henry sat there forever, or at least it felt like it. The cold wind blew through holes in the roof of the shed. The lone broken glass windows of the coaches seemed to be immortalized in the cold, stiff air. But one day, the little diesel did return, with a lady. What this lady did was a miracle for Henry. She had bought him. Henry, despite his dirty paintwork and dirty everythingness, smiled for the camera. After the photos, the three went away. Later that month, Henry realized that he would be going way further than he would have ever imagined. Henry was loaded onto a boat and shipped very far away. Even after Henry got off the ship, there were still troubles. A chunky man who looked very official walked up to him. "What the? This isn't my engine. Where are you bound for?" he shouted angrily at Henry. Battery Harbor? What the? This is Brendam. This isn't the battery. Oh, I'm sorry to be in trouble. No, don't be. We'll get you an escort. And thus they did. Turns out that some people had been expecting him before time. So this engine was fitted with some special decals. The pair went off, but Henry seemed a bit happier after he saw what the decals were. Meanwhile, at La Battery Harbor, Ned and Scribner were talking. You know, Ned, there's supposed to be a new engine coming, or at least a boat, I think. Oh, really? Where'd you pick that up? Josephine told me the other day. It was supposed to be coming in last night. Oh, really? I would have never thought. Yeah, well, it's probably just a little mix-up. You probably got lost at sea for a moment. I know how that feels. Not really, I'm a train. So then, Ned, puffed away with the goods train. A little while later, Bubba puffed in. He seemed pretty excited. Hey, Scribner! I got some pretty good news! What is it? I heard that this new engine's gonna be American. Really, eh? Yeah! I'm pretty excited to meet him. I just hope he's friendly and all, 'cause, you know, we like friendly engines, I guess. Yeah, I know how you mean. Yeah, I guess it happens all the time, eh? Yeah, I guess so. Literally seconds later. Oh, hey, boys. I heard that this new engine's gonna be American. Oh, yeah, I know all about that. Hey, me too, eh? Oh, well, I hope you two boys enjoy him. We will now. Have a good day, Josephine. After a very long journey, Henry was shunted into the works at the connection between British Rail and his new railway. The assistant rolled away and totally didn't hit a valuable hurdle. Henry sat there for many long years. It took them forever to fix him. Many different engines went by. In fact, many different trains were formed. Many were built. Many were torn up. And many were restored in the time it took him to even be working again. Until finally, the day came. Pannier was rolling backwards from a small goods train that he had to take to the main British rail lines. He puffed into the yard, into the workshop yard, to suddenly hear a faint whining. It got louder and louder. Suddenly, there was a whistle. It was quite an unfamiliar whistle. Pannier had never heard it before. And then he noticed Henry was there. There was steam pouring out of his valves and his pistons, smoke starting to come out of his funnel, and his bell was all shiny again. And suddenly, there was a loud chuff, and another, and another. Pretty soon, Henry was rolling backwards. And then, Henry stopped. There was a little bit of a squeal, but, you know, that's the sound of brakes. And then, there was a chuff, and then another one. And Henry started to roll forward again. Henry rolled back into his siding. He squealed and stopped again. Pannier was amazed. Such a chunky little locomotive, and after so many years had been perfectly restored. Within minutes, Pannier found himself coupling to the tender of Henry. Apparently he was to be turned around, so Pannier helped him out of the yard and down the main line to the nearest turntable. They returned fairly quickly, with Henry now facing the way to lower some yard. Pannier helped push him, and then decoupled from him, coupled down to the front of a small goods train that was outbound. Henry then rolled up beside him, smiling. "Oi, so you're Henry, are you?" "Yes, that's me." "So, do you want to help me with my goods train?" Sure." Henry then rolled away to cross tracks, and then he coupled to the front of Pannier, and pretty soon the two were off again. Meanwhile, at Lowersome Yard, Coach and Ellis were talking about Coach and Ellis things. "Hey Ellis, we got any cola?" I'm afraid not, Coach. I'm dying to get some cola." Suddenly, they heard an unfamiliar whistle, which, if you've been here for the past 8.5 minutes, you'd know whose whistle it is. It was Henry and Pannier with their goods train. They shunted the train into the siding. At least the sidings near Coach and Ellis. And Henry decoupled from the train, leaving Pannier there. He went to the platform. Yeah, he went to the platform. And Pannier pushed the train back a little bit more. Soon, there was another whistle. It was Josephine pulling in from the local train. What? That's a pretty big engine." "Yes, we know. He's Henry, and he's from the United States." The United States, eh? We're from there, huh?" I think we're from the United States." "Oh, hello, boys. This must be the new engine we're all talking about." Yeah, that's me, Henry. Yeah, I'm Henry. Hi." "Hey, what's up, Henry?" "How you doing, Henry?"
I would like to say hello, but we've kind of been on the same train. Oh, hello there, Henry. How's it going? Pretty good, I guess. I don't know. I kind of, you know what? Forget about me talking. Presently, the yard manager came up to Henry. He was to take a special passenger train, mainly just to test how he would run. Henry was then coupled up to the train, which had Sperry on it. Sperry was there to check how well Henry would operate. Pretty soon, the guard's whistle blew, and Henry was off for Putnam. Pretty soon, Henry arrived at Putnam. He stopped all the coaches on the platform, including Sperry, with him just off of the edge. But suddenly, Ned came up from behind and coupled to the train.
"Duh, you silly American. They don't want to see the coaches. They want to see you."
So Ned pulled him backwards so that he was at the platform. And this event was the start of Henry's new life. I would say that it's a pretty good life. Don't you?